As Gift of Life does offer nurse family partnership, it's a model and it's a home visiting model. So what it allows us to do is to get into that home and really talk to the mom, see how she's doing during that pregnancy, but also a lot of assessments of the environment, how are the finances, what about resources they have available, their housing, etc. And oftentimes, because we see Medicaid eligible or WIC eligible clients, they're dealing a lot. Many of them live in poverty, just to be honest. So because of that, they're dealing with a lot of stress, and that stress is internalized and also impacting that baby. So the focus of the nurse family partnership model, we're looking at having good baby health outcomes. We want to see them have a full term delivery, but we also want to see that child make it to that first year of life, because we know we have a pretty high infant mortality rate nationally, but also locally. So that is one of the things that this really focuses on. How do we decrease that stress so we're not carrying it on into the next generation?
I know that this highlights fairly new research about the effects of poverty, of toxic stress on pregnant women and their unborn babies. But this, the research might be somewhat new. It's not new to you at all.
It's not new because I think we all know that anyone who experiences any form of stress, you're going to have those physical changes in your body. You're going to have that increased blood pressure, increased heart rate. Your hormones are going to be just kind of out of whack. So these things aren't new. They've been there for a while, but now that research is there to say this child who is growing in utero is also reacting to that same type of stress. So they're coming here and having that stressful feeling also.
Talk a little bit about just how you're hoping this starts maybe a new conversation that we're not having on a number of levels.
A new conversation and heightened awareness. We have some awareness, but we really need to have more conversations, particularly our policymakers who are dealing with maternal child health issues. They need to see this documentary. They really need to see that correlation of that poverty, but how it goes on from generation to generation. How can we make some changes? How can we make sure that these families have access to health care? That's another challenge. So what can we do to reduce all of those ER visits? We need to reduce those. We need to make sure those are that's not happening, because they have all these physical responses that are going on to stress.
What are some things? Can you give us some examples? Things that we can do as a society to help children who are born in poverty?
I think continue to support things like what we're doing here. We offer, like I said, home visiting services, but we're also making sure that families can identify with what resources are out there. So let's make sure we're all connecting families to those resources. Where are the food resources in the community? What can we do to help support housing? How can we all come together and partner to offer these things to our families in the community? We can't do it as a standalone. We have to be together. So there's a lot of collaboration that needs to happen with agencies in the community to support our families.